Hello everyone, I'm back. One more video. Oh my gosh. 3 in a row. That is a record for me, I think. I'm not sure. But I'm here to show you the Feng Shui tarot. Now, I might not have enough time. I might just pause this and then come back to it when I have the free time. But, for right now, we're just going to see how far I can go. But this deck, very interesting, very different, very, very different from your typical tarot. But it still bothers me the suit associations with the animals and what they represent and what season they represent doesn't match up. And also, I do know what this came with. This is a US Games publication. It came with a nice thick book, which has tons of information. It gives you a bunch of, I think it gives you a few practice readings. Let me see. No, I don't think so. I was wrong. But what it does do, and I think this is very good, is give you a couple of daily record books, which is like the spreads that you use, a sketch of the spreads, and you can write down what you got from it. Major/minor pack. I'm not sure if it tells you to use them separately, but this is something that I don't really like when it comes to especially this. I can see why people don't like the Celtic cross. Sometimes, look at this thing. This thing is huge. Okay. This is all just for the Celtic cross. It's beautiful, like the background and everything, but for what we're using it for, it's, I don't know, like I don't get that with this deck. I don't think that a Celtic cross works perfectly with a Chinese Asian themed deck here. It's not, it just doesn't work. I don't like the Celtic cross. I think you should design a new spread with it or find a new spread that works with it. Okay, but this is very different. When it comes to the elements, it goes really differently into how you're supposed to read it. It goes with fire, earth, water, and air, all those, but it also goes into wood and metal, but it removes air, I want to say. And there's a cycle to it. When you burn wood, it makes fire. Fire then creates ash, which is a component of earth, which you get metal from, where you get metal from earth. And then from earth, you get metal. When you melt metal, it becomes a liquid like water. And then water grows trees, which makes wood. And then the cycle continues, and you got to think of it like that. But I think you should be able to fit air into there. Like fire makes smoke, which goes into the air, but also but that would just be an offset, and it wouldn't go well into the cycle. But anyways, this came like this. These are the backs. This cardstock, very interesting cardstock, very flimsy, and large cards. Let me see. This is typical. This should be a typical U.S. Games deck, which I did want to try and fit into the walkthrough as well. I'm trying to get the full out because I know it's in there. I don't know why it does that. US Games boxes are quite annoying at best. Let me find that booklet and get it out of the way. You see, this is why boxes get in the way. But anyways, because I still use them until they fall to pieces. Anyways, let's see. This is both US Games, but you can see there's a big size difference here. Much taller, a little bit wider, but the tallness mixes with the width to make it more, to keep that rectangularness. I don't know where I was saying that. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, this book, very interesting here. Now, and we'll get into the elements quite soon. And I might revisit this when I work with it more, because this is very, very different from the tarot. Don't expect to get this and say, oh, tarot associations would work perfectly with this. I don't agree, which we'll see right now. Let me put this here. Let me zoom in a little. Again, this book, actually shows quite a lot of information. But it does tap into some things that I don't really agree with, like legal issues. It says, oh, this card represents legal. I'm like, no, let's not try and get into that. But anyways, I'm going to zoom into this real quick. There we go. Okay, we are here. And these are the cards. Yes. Okay, so As you can all see, I've already showed you the full, very typical, the snake for transformation. She has her walking stick. She's going off into the distance. And I think there's water coming out as well from behind her. Interesting. Oh, why did I do that? The magician here. And the suits are different. You see, instead of the swords, wands, cups, and coins, you have the black tortoise, the green dragon, the red phoenix, and the white tiger, each to their own association, which we'll get into, each to their associated suits, which we'll get into right now. The high priestess, look at that, very typical high priestess. Empress. And as you can see at the bottom, it also gives you the I Ching on most of them, because it is 64 cards and there's 78. Some of them just have the yin yang symbol at the bottom, which is kind of redundant because like there's no differences within it. I was thinking that they'd throw in, but you know, it's just the yin yang kind of thing. Yin and yang, I think is the correct term. The Emperor. And this is a deck that is why I like tarot. You got to look at the cards and see what you can see in here. Like here, you see there's dragons on her clothes. You see a butterfly here. You see the pears surrounding her. And she's holding a butterfly within her arms. Here, his hands are on his belt. It's the ribbons are blowing, which seems that there is wind coming through, but he still stands firm and sturdy and unmoved. And he also has cactus, a few cactus, some mountains, very emperor-esque. You see, that's what you got to do with. This is what I like about that. You know, it makes you want to look into the cards. Let's see, the Hierophant, which is just a typical Buddha or a monk. Here's the Lovers. Here you can see, again, not like the Hierophant where you just see Buddha and he's sitting, and the sand almost looks like is unmoved. You see, you can still get some stuff, but here you get a lot more. You see like the different colored robes. He has a abacus and the Pisces fish right there. For some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why there's a Pisces fish in that card. But anyways, the Chariot. Beautiful Chariot card. Strength. And I think he's practicing Tai Chi here. I'm not sure. Let's read the book. Let's see what the book says about it. Hopefully it gives us information. Hopefully. Let's see, number 8, correspondence to the element earth. On the Bagua. Yeah, the art of Tai Chi. He's focusing on manipulating his Chi energy, maintaining inner strength and centeredness. The earth site suggested by the stone wall and bare ground is somewhat negatively affected by the presence of the wood element revealed as the pine tree and tree shadow, which is the pine tree here, the tree shadow here. So yeah, really good book right there. So yeah, you got to look at how the things are in accordance to the elements, which you'll see in a few other cards as well. See, like, let's say the lantern here, there's fire in that lantern. Here's this, the Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune here instead, and like I said, it's also color-based and animal-based. So here we have the Black Tortoise, Green Dragon, Red Phoenix, White Tiger right there, all swirling onto this jade wheel. Justice, she's balancing these two things with opposite colors, red and black and red, switched in between each other. And she's also holding an umbrella at the same time, as well as holding these two things here balanced there. The Hanged Man. Transition, which is supposed to be the death card, but as you can see, it's truly a transition card. You see the red setting sun, or is it rising? We don't know. Let's see, Temperance. Beautiful Temperance card right here. Materialism, which is way better than the Devil. This is definitely a good deck to use because it does stray away from the typical Rider-Waite-Smith. Because the Rider-Waite-Smith does have those Christian iconography the Christian iconography that some people don't like. And if you guys want an Asian themed deck, this seems to be working quite well. The Tower, I get more of a Lenormand feel to the Tower on this card. Not as much of a destructive kind of feel to it. Not so much of chaos going on here. Let me read on that one now. I'm going to read on that one with the book. Let's see. Metal follows Earth in the generative cycle of elements, but the metal environment embodied by the rounded hills and the Earth site featured as the Great Wall is a tenuous balance at best. The metal environment draws energy from the Earth site, leading to decline and rapid decay. Also, the Great Wall, due to its seemingly unending cutting nature, may harbor negative Sha energy or Qi. The key phrase of the Tower card, rapid change, is punctuated by tornadic activity. Oh, okay, so the change comes through the clouds here up above. So yeah, okay, now I see it. It's not so much as destroying the tower, but the wall itself is creating that energy as well, I think, is what it's trying to say. Again, you really got to read the book here. This is one of those, you got to read the book to see what's going on with the cards. The star, again, typical star here. Here I have the moon, the sun, beautiful sun card. Here we have judgment. I like this judgment card. That was very interesting, though, how they use the judgment. Not so much as that judgment feel to it than, again, with the typical Rider-Waite-Smith, because sometimes you do get that, like with, let's say, the world card here. It's very worldly, kind of. Here, I don't know how you get judgment out of that, but it's probably something to do with the flowers, who he is, probably. He probably is like someone of high power or something. And then here we have the world, beautiful world card. Here we have, I think, like the 4 directions as well. Yeah, okay, so that's the major arcana. Let me put these back in order. Okay, now we're going to go into the suits. Now, she does, or the creator did, change the suits a little bit. They are not what I typically expect from the elements and the seasons and the suits accordingly. Sometimes they say, oh, this because this it's saying one suit is this, but I really don't get that energy with this suit. Well, with the seasons, I will say. Let me zoom out right now. Hold on. Okay, there we are. I'm gonna have to zoom back in, but I just gotta show you here. This is how we like listed them. I want to say, let me see, and how they go in order. Okay, this is different here. Okay. Okay, so like he lists them differently. So let's see. First we got all the major arcana. And then it goes through with quartz, the minor arcana. Okay, so they put it as instead as swords, pentacles, wands, then cups, which is close to what I have it as. I just switch them like this, and that's how I'd have them. This is my way of doing it, but it is, again, very different. It's weird because look at the wand suit, okay, and then look at the cups, and this is swords, and then this is supposed to be pentacles or earth, okay, which I failed to see here because wands, you can see throughout the entire cards, there's a lot of wintry imagery, there's a lot of snow, there's very little plant life. Here, this is cups, which is supposed to be summer. You get tons and tons of plant life. And it's kind of hot, desert, and fire coming through. But the fire obviously isn't the element of it. Water is supposed to be the element. And then here we have swords, which is supposed to be autumn. You know, which kind of does look pretty environmentally neutral. I guess seasonally neutral, I could say. And then this is supposed to be spring, which I kind of do get with this here, which is supposed to be the east, or the earth, I should say, but typically it's supposed to be earth is winter, autumn, summer, and then spring, but they changed it up. And we are going to go through it how I organize them. But if you want to learn them, I highly recommend you put them in the order that they keep them, and then put them back into your order that you want them to. So let me just zoom back into these cards and we'll go through them right now. Okay, these cards are so beautiful. Like, let's start with the ace. Right there, so nice, so beautiful. Look at that. Ace of Turtles. Well, the Black Tortoise is actually a very interesting card. It has some mythology to it, which I first heard about with the Cosmos Tarot and Oracle set. I just have it right here. Let's see, here we have it, right here. And I will read you the part, because it is a constellation, which it will tell you, because all the cards are constellations in this deck. Let's see, 3, 4. Okay, so Corona Australis. Okay, so it says here, the stars of Corona Australis are located within a larger Chinese constellation known as the Black Tortoise of the North. The tortoise originated when Huan Yu, I think that's how you say it. Let me try and get it onto here. Huan Yu right there. Or Xuan Wu, I think is what it is. Who knows? One of the highest ranking Taoist deities in Chinese folklore, was on his path to achieve enlightenment and divine status. He realized that he must purge himself of all his past sins in order to become a god. As part of the process, he cut out his own stomach and intestines and proceeded to wash them in the river. Okay, yeah, it's been a while since I read. His sins dissolved and blackened the river, which formed a black tortoise and snake. These began to terrorize the nearby villages. When he learned of this, he returned to slay the tortoise, but instead decided to train it to assist with his future quests. Xuan Yu's quest for enlightenment took several wild turns, but he remained steadfast in his dedication to grow and prosper. Receiving Corona Australis in a reading is an indication that extreme actions might need to be taken to achieve a personal goal. Even then, okay, and then it goes into the meaning of the card itself. So that's the little story. That's a little backstory of the Black Tortoise. Let me see if it says anything different in the book there, because that's just, the story of the Black Tortoise. And this is pretty much something that pops up a few times in different stories. Most recently was this cartoon that came out. It was like a mini series called Over the Garden Wall. I think that's what it's called. And you always see these black tortoises everywhere. And like a dog eats a black tortoise, and it doesn't show that part, but like it eats it and it like makes the dog become like a crazy like monster, and like something happens and it throws up the black tortoise and it makes it better, which is weird. It was a really weird show, but I liked it. Let's see. Let me see what it says about this. About the suit. I'm trying to see here. Let me go back before even the Major Arcana. Let's see what it says about it. Because I'm trying to see. Because it does go into I Ching as well here. And the Bagua. Let's see how Feng Shui and Tarot connect. Oh yeah, it does give you some practice question. Let's see. Gives you something as to what they deal with. Work or job related, colleagues, organization, home organization. It does show you how to get your verification card, like a significant card. Anyways, oh shit. This setup is so weird, but you know what? It so far is working for me, but I just knocked it over, and the rubber bands on my phone just don't hold it quite well. But anyways, we're going to move on, and I'll try to figure out, again, I have to revisit this deck. You probably saw my shirt when it flipped over. Oh, I'm probably recording upside down now. Hold on, there we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. How embarrassing! Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways. Okay, there's the three, the Black Tortoise 3, Black Tortoise 4, Black Tortoise 5. Oh, let me adjust this back there. Okay. Black Tortoise 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see that you get more of an earth energy from this because of how stable and how slow moving the tortoise is, rather than like a wand energy, which is energetic, compared to like the 8, which is supposed to be like launching out this energy, expelling, going out into the world or whatever. And here he's crossing a bridge slowly but surely in a wintry background, which again just bothers me. But I'll have to study it and I'll have to see what it says. Give it a chance, you know. Here's the page. Knight, Queen, King. The Ace of the Phoenix, or Red Phoenix Ace, Red Phoenix 2, 3, this is supposed to be like the cup suit, which is water, and the phoenix, which again typically is like a fire animal, but you do get this water energy too in here at times. Here the 5 is the most typical of the 5, you know, of the suit. Very Rider-Waite Smith, the broken or spilled cup, and the phoenix is focusing too much on it rather than what he already has. The Red Phoenix 6. Red Phoenix 7 talks about the eucalyptus plant here. Red Phoenix 8. 9, you get a bunch of fire here. 10, I think it even goes into like numerology, and I think the I Ching is also what changes the meaning of the suit here. Red Phoenix page. Now, I remember when I first looked up here on YouTube tarot cards, and like I looked up Chinese tarot cards or something because I got the Mahjong Oracle and I wanted to find more about it. Wanted to see who else had it, and I saw someone did like a monthly reading, like a 1-card draw for the month or something, or the week or something, and they drew this card, and he's like, yeah, usually the phoenix is a fire. You usually see it as fire, but it's actually water because of the pails of water that he has here. And I'm like, oh, and this is where I remembered it, and I completely forgot about it. Or, well, no, I remembered it, but I didn't really think about it, and I couldn't find what deck it was, and it's this one, the Feng Shui Tarot. But anyways, moving forward, Knight, Red Phoenix, so Knight, or the Queen, the Knight, the Queen, here we are. It's really weird to say a Red Phoenix Queen, it's a little awkward, but nonetheless, has such beautiful art. I wish they could have done the Phoenix a little better. It does look a little ugly, but you know what? Not the point. Look at the tigers are my favorite suit as well. They're supposed to be the suit of swords, which isn't typically one of my favorite suits. 3. Beautiful. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Again, I see these huge fires going on with the 9s. Let me see if that's consistent. No. Look at the 9 of Earth. See, no fires there, but I think you see that in the Phoenix card as well. A bunch of fire, like a huge fire going on. Here's the page. Knight. Queen, King, Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Earth, or the Green Dragon, 7, 8, 9, 10, page, knight, queen, and the king. Again, this is truly a very beautiful deck. Let me put these back in order before I shuffle them all, because it is weird because all the cards are in a reversed, flipped over way, which I feel won't do the reading correctly. So yeah, if I'm gonna refresh the deck, I'm gonna put them in the correct order that they are. The lamination on this is very weird. When I first got it, it was needed to be worked out. And by that, I mean shuffled. And I shuffled the shit out of them. And so I shuffled them, as always. And I was reading the book. And when I read the book, it's like, I do not recommend shuffling this deck in a Las Vegas style. I'm like, what? No. I will shuffle this how I want, however I want. It probably won't read right then. I'm joking, no. It said to shuffle it like an overhand shuffle. I'm like, no, watch. I'm like, okay, that's cute. And it shuffles nicely as a rifle shuffler. And lately I've been shuffling my cards upside down. I don't know why. And they should be shuffled like this. They shuffle, like I said, they shuffle really nicely. This lamination and this cardstock is very different. This is printed in Italy, so it does give it that glossy, it does have that glossy finish to it. Let's see. Let me show you that. See, as you can see, that one-to-one kind of shuffle that it has. Really nice. And I did edge these in black. I'm not sure if I said that before, but yeah. Edged in black. Beautiful. And I think these definitely, they needed to be edged in black. You can see how they look like before when I was unboxing them in one of my previous videos somewhere. It should be like the 4th video down or something. I can't remember. But anyways, yeah. I think the next one I'll probably do is the Golden Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg, or the Golden Tarot of St. Petersburg. I think that's what it is. Which I showed you right there when I was doing the size comparison of these backs. These backs look really nice. So yeah, I am so excited. I am just, really excited to work with these. But again, there are a few things that I think need to be worked out, but are things that can just be simply switched over. Like the tortoises can totally be switched over to earth. Dragons can totally be switched over to fire and spring. You know, it just needs to be worked out. So yeah. And that there was the Feng Shui tarot. This thing, and I think I know what it came with. Usually US Games does these weird boxes. Hold on, let me zoom out. They do these weird boxes. Very similar to, let's say, this. Okay, it's the box like this. Let me move these out of the way. And if you turn it over, it has like an empty space right here to just hold up the deck of cards like this, and then the book takes up the entire thing like that. And this is really nice. I'm probably gonna do this one next rather than this one. I know this looks really nice. I really want to use this card, these cards, but I'll have to see how I would situate this right, because you got to use the entire thing. It's like a giant grand tableau. But anyways, I'm getting way off topic. That's pretty much the same thing. The book goes like this, and then the deck goes like that, and this little flap, this thing would go with the book in there, and this goes like that, and there, and it'd be like raised up a little somehow, so it could look nicely like that, and then it'd have like a little cube thing right here to hold it separately. So yeah, it's a really nice deck. I highly recommend you guys look into it. I think it's a very interesting thing. It'll give you a different perspective, a different way to look at the tarot, and does a nice combination with it. So yeah, I might use this with my Mahjong Oracle and my Tao Oracle, and I really do want to continue collecting more Asian themed tarot decks. Like I heard that there's the Ukiyo-e tarot, which is more of a Marseille. There's the China tarot, which again is more of a Marseille, where just the courts and the major arcana are illustrated. So yeah, really excited for that. I think. No, I almost thought my nephew was here. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think of this deck. I have no idea how to go through it. It seems really interesting. I can see why she passed it on to me. But yeah, again, something I'm just gonna have to work with, and I'm definitely gonna have to read the book. Lots of reading. But I'm reading Harry Potter right now. I just want to read Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, those books show way more than what the movies are. So yeah, but anyways, I'm getting way off topic. One last time, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you want to see. Yeah, subscribe for more. I'm gonna do way more walkthroughs today, hopefully. I'm not sure. My father should be coming home soon. My father. What am I? What time is this? But anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later, probably tomorrow, because I think I'm done with recording videos. Bye.